Hey YouTube, I've got a video review for you today. This one is from a company by the name of Vantrue. This is their on-dash N2 Pro dash cam. And you've probably did a Google search or just happened to stumble across my video and you're definitely going to want to watch this video because this is a really cool product. There's lots of videos out on the YouTube about this particular camera because it is just a high quality camera. And I can't wait to jump in and show you guys what all this thing has to offer. First things first, when I got this thing, I was pretty impressed. It comes really nice packaged. Just right outside of the shipping box is this box here, and then you've got this box here that it fits into, and it's got foam on the inside, and then on top of the nice packaging, then it comes with all this paperwork here, and you're definitely going to want to check some of this paperwork out because it's definitely going to be useful to you. It comes with your quick start guide, and then it comes with this particular piece of paperwork, and basically what it is it tells you to share. If you make a YouTube video and share this product, then you might be selected to win a GPS receiver mount because this unit is compatible with GPS. Also, this is going to be your most important piece of information right here. You're going to want to register your product because once you register it, it gives you, it pretty much extends your warranty to 18 months. So I believe your original warranty, don't hold me to it, I believe the original is 12 months, but once you register it, it jumps up to 18. So I would definitely register it. Then it comes with a user manual, and it's written in several different languages. As far as English, you're only going to read probably, I've got it marked off right here, put some rubber bands around it, but the part that I'm pinching between my fingers, that's 25 pages, and so that's the part that's written in English, so it's not as bad as it looks. And so anyways, I'm going to go ahead and jump in and show you what all this system comes with. As you can see, it's got the 12-volt car charger, and then it's got a place where you slide this over, and it has a USB port in there, so you could use it to charge your phone. The cable on this is really thin, and I like that because it'll make it so much easier to hide the cable when you're trying to route it behind pieces of trim and all that. It's really easy to tuck this cable in. So that's one thing if you're buying a camera that you definitely want to look for, because you don't want to have to fight trying to hide that cable. It's a pain in the butt. They give you 10 foot of cable, and the other end is the connector that plugs into the camera. Alright guys, next on the list is the mounting bracket, and you can see that it's got the part that sticks to the windshield. They've got a piece of plastic over it so you don't get any dirt or trash onto it, and anyways, it loses its ability to stick. And the way that this suction cup mount works is, let's see, I'll try to do this one-handed, but you see how this piece right here is pointing this way? Well, when you turn it this way, it locks it. It locks it to the windshield with suction. So that's how that mounts. And then you can see right in here, it's got the place for the charger. And so your little charger right here hooks in to right here. And so I know you're sitting there thinking, well, how does that hook into the camera? Well, the way that hooks into the camera is with these little pins right here. And if I'm going to go ahead and set this down, you can see that the camera has this little rail system on it. You see the little rail, and you see the little, I'll flip it around, you can see the little pins right in there, or the little connectors. You can see the pins right in here. This has got a rail on it, and so this slides into here and it plugs in, and so it makes your electrical contact right here. So there's no wires that plugs directly into this. And the cool thing about that is, let's say you want to pull the camera down and take it inside the house. Well, normally you would have to unhook the wiring or whatever. Well, with this, you just unhook the camera from this little bracket and there's no wiring to have to fool with. So I'll touch more on that later. And it also comes with a cable to plug into your computer. This is a 3-foot data cable, so they give you plenty of cable to work with. And so anyways, it should be really easy to hook the USB into your computer and then the other end into the camera, so that way you can pull all the videos off of it. Alright guys, sitting here reading through the manual just like you'd be doing at home, and one thing that you definitely want to note on this camera before you go out and buy a memory card to put in this thing is, I'm sitting here reading it for you, it says that please use a genuine micro SD memory card from 32 gigabyte to 256 gigabyte with a speed rating of class 10 or higher. We recommend the Samsung Pro Endurance 32 to 128 gigabyte SD card, or the Samsung Evo Plus 32 to 256 gigabyte SD card. Says Samsung micro SD cards would only be made in either Korea or the Philippines. Be sure to buy a genuine Samsung card. So guys, you heard it directly from the manual. Make sure that you're buying a genuine Samsung card, and it has to be in between those particular models that I said. And then it has a another reminder down at the bottom. It says we recommend the Samsung Pro Endurance card or the Samsung Evo card. Some SD cards may not be compatible with our dash cam, such as SanDisk. So just go ahead and reading it to you from the manual. So you know, you're probably sitting there thinking at home like I was, well, I've got some other micro SD cards that'll probably work with this thing, so I shouldn't have to buy another one. So, you know, it might work, it might not, but hey, you're taking a chance. So I'm just want to go ahead and tell you up front which one it needed. Alright guys, I just wanted to show you how this bracket hooks onto the camera, and so just try to bear with me because I'm trying to record this and hook it in at the same time. What I was showing you earlier with the pins and the little track system, what you want to do is just take and just slide that in there like that, and then push it down till you feel that click a little bit, and so then you have it mounted. And when you go to unhook this camera, you just mash this little tab back and it slides back out of the tabs, just like I just showed you how it went in there. You just reverse that. This camera is a really, really high quality camera. You can tell that it's a high quality piece. The one cool feature on it that's probably not going to get a lot of talk, just because, you know, most people are buying this camera for the great picture, but you can see right here it has a little icon. If my camera would focus in on it, and that's a little microphone. So this camera does have audio, so if you like singing in the car and getting recorded and embarrassed, hey, this is the camera for you. But no, it has audio on it, so that is a cool feature. Alright guys, before I go any further into the review, I wanted to go ahead and tell you something so you don't forget. A lot of video reviews don't remind you of this sort of thing, but I know when you get this thing, you're going to be really excited to pull this thing out of the box and get going on it and put your SD card in there and go ahead and put it in your car and this, that, and the other. But go ahead and charge this thing. It says in the directions to charge it for 2 to 3 hours. So make sure you do that. That way it gives the battery some sort of memory, because, you know, if the battery starts out with no charge, the next time it charges up, you're probably not going to have as good of battery life as if you charged it completely full and then let it run back down. And then, you know, the battery has a memory to it, so you definitely want to charge this thing for 2 to 3 hours before you fool with it, so that way in the future you'll have good battery life when you unplug this thing. Just trust me on it. Alright, I just wanted to let you guys know that when you plug the device in to start charging, you're going to notice a blinking red light, and that is just to let you know that it's charging, so don't freak out. Alright guys, one other thing that I wanted to tell you about is before you put when you put the SD card in there, you need to go ahead and format the card. And it's really simple. You just follow the directions on the screen here, and you mash your buttons when it prompts you, and it's just a couple of clicks and you're done formatting it. Now I will tell you, when you're recording something, do not pull the SD card out, because you can mess up the recording, and you could potentially mess the card up. So just make sure everything is stopped recording before you pull that card out. And in the directions, it does recommend that you reformat the card every 2 weeks. Now, I don't know if that's something you want to do, you know, every 2 weeks. I don't think that it would hurt it, but it does say in the manual, it says, ideally, the micro SD card should be formatted every 2 weeks to maximize the lifetime of the memory card. So this is probably not something I'm going to do every 2 weeks. I did buy the Samsung Evo 256 gigabyte card for this one. I'm still waiting on it to come in the mail. And so I bought a big enough card where I'm probably just going to leave it in there a month or two at a time before I format it. So anyways, you do whatever you want. I'm gonna just do like what I just said. I'm gonna leave mine in there for a while before I format mine, just because it's a pain in the butt to have to pull it out and go through that every 2 weeks. Alright guys, one thing I wanted to mention on this particular camera is the way that you get to the area where you plug in your little mini SD card is right in here. You just pop this little tab off and it just swings around. So it's really simple to get to, but you just slide your little SD card right there at my finger, and it just pushes in there till you hear a click, and then when you let go, it should hold in place. Now right here, this is the a mini HDMI port, and what you would use this one for is if you want to connect this to a TV or a monitor, you can. It's a pretty cool option. If you've got a big screen TV and you want to watch the videos on a big screen, you just need to get you an adapter to go from a mini HDMI to a regular size HDMI. So that is a really neat feature. And then this is the charging port that you can use. And keep in mind, you can charge it up there like in your vehicle. You would normally have the 12 volt plugged in, but I've got a power bank right here, and I'm just charging it from right there. But when you take this loose from the car, you'll use the charging cable and plug it in down here. So anyways, just wanted to show you that. That's not something that you would normally think about, being able to plug this into a TV to view it. So another cool feature for this camera. Alright, and one last thing before I end this part 1 of the video is when you register the product, like I told you in the beginning, it comes with this registration card, and it tells you to register it to extend the warranty from a 12-month warranty into an 18-month warranty. Also, when you go ahead and register the product, they're going to get your email address, and when there's a firmware update, they'll send you an email. So that is one big advantage. Instead of having to check online to see if there's any firmware updates, they'll go ahead and email it to you. So that is really cool. I'm pretty much just going to wrap this part 1 of the video up, since I pretty much just kind of showed you what all you need to get started. As far as the SD card, you need to format it, you need to charge it for 2 to 3 hours, and you should be good to go. And so part 2 is going to be a little different. I'm going to run you through some more features, and hopefully I'll have the SD card by the end, and I'll go ahead and show you how to format it. So just hang tight, and if there's any other reviews that you would like to see me do, please leave them in the comments, and please like and subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one.